Hi, welcome back to Inside Guelph. We're getting some tips on how to train your new puppies with Tim from Barkbusters. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me back
again. And you brought
in
McCabe, who was a visitor on our show earlier, which we'll get to, and you've kindly adopted McCabe, who's a sweet puppy. All right, what's the biggest mistake we're making with our puppies?
We forget that they're puppies. We think they're the dog we've always had as a kid, not realizing they're a toddler. They don't know anything. They don't know right and wrong. They don't know doing their business in the house is wrong. It's like having a toddler.
That's a good point. We think it's the dog we've always had.
And we forget there's a lot of work with a puppy because it's training an animal to live in our world.
Okay.
It's not his natural world to be in a house.
That's right. Which brings up my very first question, which is house training. I love that we call it house breaking, because you're just trying to break the dog of this habit. So what are some tips there? Now that is absolutely not what you ever want to see. This is why my husband doesn't want to get a puppy. He's using the computer as his washroom. How do we train our puppies to not do things like that?
Well, first of all, we have to train our puppies to go outside. A puppy in that case doesn't know that doing that is wrong. So we can use a crate to control the puppy, start getting it out on a regular basis at set times so that the puppy knows, because a puppy has a small bladder. If it has to go, it has to go. We put a diaper on a child because it would go whenever.
Yeah, that's right.
But we forget with the puppy, we have to have some control with toilet training. We can have the puppy in the crate, not allowing the puppy to sneak away, go upstairs or run in the front room and do its business, because puppies will sneak away.
But we use the word sneak. Are you saying they're not sneaking because they know they're being bad?
No, they're just, dogs don't do their business right where their pack is.
Okay.
They go away, they leave, just like we do. We don't do it in the living room, we use the bathroom to
go.
We go to a separate place, and if you yell at a puppy, you'll just make it want to run away and do it even more because of that association that puppies have. Something big is like that yelling is going to happen. Oh. So I better get as far enough away, because puppies don't know, and dogs don't know right from wrong. We have to teach them that.
Okay.
So he doesn't know that chewing, biting our hands.
Biting our hands. We have a couple pictures of that. Okay, well, let's say the dog biting the hand then, and we can use that. Oh my gosh, that's my worst nightmare right there.
Yeah.
Is this will go with having an accident on the rug or eating your child's homework for real. That's the real excuse right there. You send that picture with your child to school. Or biting your hand. What do you do in that moment?
Well, first of all, for example, when a dog uses its teeth on us, because it's natural that puppies bite each other to play. Normally we'll pull our hand away, and that's playing. Got you to move. We need to freeze our hand and correct the puppy. Be prepared, but we freeze our hand and correct the puppy.
So you're saying when you go like that, they think, oh, a game.
Exactly, because that's what a puppy does. They bite another dog, it jumps and runs away, and they say, we're playing.
Oh, that's so clever,
You see, we forget that we're teaching it that if I bite, you pull away, hey, great, we're playing, we're having fun.
So I let my hand stay there and be gnawed on?
No, the minute you use the teeth, we teach how to correct the puppy the way its mother would. You see, the other misconception is, in a litter, the mother is a very strict leader. There's rules, they come from a very structured environment. They come in our house and we let them do whatever they want. And we forget they live a very structured life in a pack, in their litter.
And that's what they're looking for.
Exactly, but they don't know that what they're doing is wrong, so the mother teaches the puppy when it's wrong, when it's right, and if it stays with the mother, it would continue the rest of the dog's life.
Okay, so we just saw that picture where the dog is actually clamped down on someone's finger, so please walk me through that moment. The dog's on my finger, what do I do?
I would give it a growly correction the same way its mother does.
How does that sound?
Ah!
Really?
Yeah.
And they, McCabe just looked up immediately.
Exactly, because that's saying no in the dog's language.
So you can do that?
Well, look at McCabe.
He was half asleep.
And I told him no, and he said, what did I do wrong?
Oh, McCabe, you're
No, he didn't. No, but I mean, he's fine. He's very responsive to it because he doesn't want the challenge. But we have to correct the dog like a dog would correct another dog.
And can our kids do that? Can we give our kids a sort of
it's probably
hierarchy? You establish an alpha.
Well, you establish the leader, and because dogs deal with people individually, two people can be the leader, like mother and father. How the kids interact, you know, the kid is running around, the dog runs up and nips it from behind and bites it on the ankles, and the child runs, ah, oh, we're playing. So, but that doesn't mean mothers and fathers can't correct the dog.
In that moment.
The puppy, to teach the puppy, teeth with the kids are unacceptable.
So you would growl at your puppy when it does that in that moment?
You would correct the dog with a growly sound that mimics the sound their mother does. You see, instead of saying, no, wrong, stop it.
What's all that? That's English.
Well, English isn't their first language, so. But
right.
when you correct a dog with a growly correction, see how he looked at you?
Yeah.
Because he understands that very clearly. What we like to say to people, and I like to say to clients, is dogs don't make each other sit, lie down, or stay. They correct behavior. Immediately. That's right. And they understand it, and they learn. So how you interact with your puppy is as much an importance as correcting, because a puppy has to realize that you're in charge, that you're the leader. And puppies don't challenge because they're puppies. And they follow the lead. Exactly. That's right. So it's not necessarily that you're saying, let's do it yourself training. These are great tips, but you're a big proponent of getting in early and teaching these puppies so that... Then it eliminates all the stuff you call me for when they're 5 and say, it's jumping on people, so... Yeah, help me now. That's exactly. Right. Well, thank you. Those are great tips. I never knew. I may take the puppy plunge. Thank you for being here. I'll give you my card. Yeah, exactly. Oh. All right. Tomorrow's show, we have Dr. Nicola Mercer here talking about the flu season.